Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy, Help with Gadgets, and let's do a disassembly and cleaning of the Jake Hoback WarSpear. This is another neat knife that's on loan to me from Mr. Eddy, and we're going to see if we can't carefully and efficiently, well, just let's do carefully, take this thing apart and see if we can clean it up and get it running again. T8 on the body screws. We'll go ahead and back those out. Maybe. And as you can see, on this side, the heads on this side, you're just seeing the ends of the screw. So that's a little different than a lot of knives. So I'm just going to back those out completely. And I'm going to try to keep those in order just in case they're different size. I don't think they are, but just in case. And so far so good. You can see it's got 4 body screws, and then of course the pivot. It does have a floating backspacer, so that's another pretty cool feature. This one is number, let's see, which one is it? It's number 19 of 50. So that's pretty neat, and has the tomahawk type cut out in the clip. Lots of external milling, and hopefully we'll be able to see what it's got on the internals here momentarily. Free spinning pivot, but not a problem. I was able to hold it down, and I think we have a lot of movement going on here, so let's go ahead and carefully extract the scale. There we go. Lots of internal milling as well. I was actually surprised. This is a fairly large knife, and I was surprised when I first held it because it is fairly light. If I recall, I'll plan on weighing it here in a few minutes. Till it's been carried and used a little bit. It's got some grit and grime in here. There's that floating backspacer. Very cool. And let's go ahead and get the bearings off and pivot out and in the alcohol bath, and also the other bearing. Lots of milling on this side as well. Okay, let's go ahead and start wiping some stuff down here. Let's start with the blade. I'm going to get the lock face. Try to get in those, in the track for the stop pin. And I don't know if you noticed or not when I took that stop pin out, but that's a hefty stop pin. Alright, let's go ahead and wipe these out. Make sure I'm try to stay on camera here. I tend to pull the knife toward me when I'm cleaning, and I know that's aggravating because when you can't see what's going on from a viewer standpoint, that's not a lot of fun. All right. wipe down some of the outside as well. Alright, go wipe down the back spacer, although it wasn't too bad, but seeing it's a floating one, it means that those surfaces are exposed to some being able to attract some dirt. Alright, I've already got that one, so let's do this one here. You can see some stamping there, S35VN, and then apparently this one was made in 2019. Alright, good deal. Little Easter egg there to see when you disassemble one of these things, so that's pretty cool. Alright, just trying to get in those areas and clean this as good as possible. It may not get taken apart for another while, so want to get it all nice and clean. We'll get a cotton tip applicator, get in the area where the pivot goes, and then kind of get these corners here that I may not be able to reach so good with just the alcohol swab. I also want to get in that area where the stop pin goes. I want to turn that over and get this area here where the pivot would get hit, and then the same thing to the other side. Clean that washer. No, it doesn't. It looks like that pivot shouldn't have turned. We'll have to check that out. It looks like there's a little shelf there that might have been my imagination that it was turning. All right. Let's see if we can't get that. There we go. We'll go ahead and take those out. And we'll go ahead and clean that area there again. Well, not again because I didn't get it the first time. But now that we've got that removed, let's go ahead and clean that. All right. And again, just kind of wiping down some stuff before we put that all back together. All right, let's go ahead and get the pivot out, and yeah, there's a kind of a little shelf there where that should go. So what may have happened is once I backed it out a little bit, it may have started turning. It's not real deep, but should be enough if I hold my finger on one side, on this side, that it stays in place. All right, let's grab another. Make sure I don't have any. Don't know that that's going to work, but we can try. I like to try to clean as much loose stuff as possible. I don't know how much the alcohol actually does to Loctite. According to what I something I saw earlier tonight. It doesn't really break it down, but I guess it helps clean it up somewhat. Alright, get those bearings. And what I'll do here also is, well, I've got this apart, I will measure and let you folks know what size bearings, if you're so inclined to change them out with your favorite bearing manufacturer. Alright, come on. Get that back over there. Clean this stop pin off. And then we'll get the pivot screw. And again, what I like to do is take this and pinch it. Pinch my fingernail down into those threads and just kind of walk it out to get any excess Loctite that may be hanging on there. Alright, let's see what we have here. Looks like a 6mm. It looks like a 6mm on the pivot, and then looks like 1/16 on the bearing, and 6mm on the pivot. Okay, I'm not changing them out. I'm just I'll let you folks do so if that's what you want to do. All right. Let's see here. Go ahead and slide that there, and again, there we go. Let's put a bearing in first. We want to get the side that's already got some rings from the bearing running on it. And I'm just going to use a little bit of gunny glide here. Just a little bit on each side. I'm going to go ahead and put some on that detent ball. Alright, and let's go ahead and get that humongous stop pin in place. Well, not humongous, but robustly sized. Alright, let's go ahead and slide that on. Actually, let's slide that back off. I want to put a little bit of gunny glide here in the inside since this is such a thick blade stock. Okay. And we'll put a it's not pushed down in there. Let's see if we can get, there we go. Got everything pushed down in there. Let's put a bearing on there. Put a little bit on each side. And we'll lay it down like that. Nope, not either. Okay. Looks like I'm going to have to maintain some pressure on that lock bar for everything to put that in place. This might be a little fun, y'all. It's kind of like playing Legos. Well, not really. Maybe grown-up Legos? Ah, that tried to slide off. Okay. Let's get that out of the way. I want to see if I can't get this. All right, I'm going to pop that pivot in there temporarily while I put everything else, just to hold that in, and then slide this back spacer in, maybe. Ever so gently. Line that up. Whoops. Yeah, try to slide out. Okay. Let's try to slide this in. Okay. Let's try to slide this in. Nope. That one goes there. And this one goes here. And that one goes there. And then we'll take a look at it. Alright. Looks good. So I'm just going to tighten these down. I don't normally put any excess or any extra Loctite on a loosen this one back up a little bit. I don't usually put any extra Loctite on a body screw unless it's backing out for some reason. I haven't found I don't really see a reason to do that. And what I'm doing is just kind of filling this out, making sure these are lined up. You don't want to cross thread or strip anything. So I'm just kind of tightening these up, and then what I want to do is take that pivot back out. Now that I've got everything together, I'm just snugging these. All right, I'll take that pivot back out. Put some Loctite stick on it. Alright. And then get that back into place. Alright. Just snug that, and I'll adjust that here in a moment. Centering looks pretty good. No play. I'm actually going to back out a little bit. Close this. Still looking good. Oh yeah. Action is feeling pretty good. You can reverse flick off of that fuller there. Centering looks good. All right, I'm going to check these. now that we've got everything in place, make sure those are tight. That one's not. All right, let's check it again. Sounds good. All right, good deal. All right, I mentioned earlier that I would try to get a weight on that. I won't make you wait for the review. Let's see what it weighs. It's a pretty big knife and weighs 5.7 ounces, 5.8 ounces. So it's not light, but it's also not the 11.9 ounces of the PMP Grizzly, or the 9.75 of the Hoback Husky, which is also a pretty cool knife. But there you have it. That is the Hoback WarSpear, and that's been a disassembly and cleaning of it. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've maybe learned a little bit from it. And I appreciate everyone that has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that like button if you would, and hit the bell notification so that you're alerted when I drop a new video. Usually I do a new either a review or disassembly and cleaning every other day, and then try to drop shorts on walking and flicking on the days that I don't drop a video. So I appreciate you watching, and hope to see you again soon. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks.